What are you doing?
Getting feed.
Are you a morning person?
It depends.
Hey guys, Chris and Jamie, Tillman Family Farms. We got some gardening stuff happening, but we got to feed some animals first. So y'all hang out, see what we got going on. All you turkey hunters ain't got nothing on these calls. Perfect time. All right, guys, so the meat of what we're going to do today is going to be in this garden. Easter is tomorrow, so we've got some pecan trees out here that have not said it's okay to get started yet, but we're getting started. We're taking that chance. We had a frost the other night, covered up a whole bunch of blueberry bushes and some peach trees and everything else. And Jamie decided she's going to go ahead and get some tomatoes in the ground, trying a little something different. We'll go up there and show you that here in a minute. But I want to show you this dirt. We've been through this dirt, took the disc through it. Now I've taken the tiller through it and trying a little something different with the tomatoes. So we'll go through all that, tell you what we're going to do. I think we still got some more rain coming on Wednesday, maybe?
What?
Rain on Wednesday?
I think Tuesday.
Tuesday, maybe. So Jamie's been seed starting in the shed up there, so I'll take you up there and show you some of that. Kind of tell you what our plan is for this year. We're going to move some things around in the garden, which we do every year, with the exception of the tomatoes. Anyhow, so let's go over that, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so tomatoes. Well, first of all, let's start and say that this has been a very, very slow process for us this year, because normally this dirt has been turned like 4,700 times, but it has rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. So we are trying to take advantage of a little bit of a dry spell. So we did not till this area. Jamie is trying to utilize and recycle feed bags because boy, do we have a lot of them. But tomatoes in each basket. Any idea how many you got going on here?
What?
Tomatoes?
Tomatoes?
Oh, girl, tell me what you got in that bowl.
Hang on. You can't ask me too many questions. I think 32 will be right here.
32 will be right here, yeah. And boy, do we have a whole bunch more than that. So talk to me about this bowl you got here, this fancy bowl. What you got?
So this is used coffee grounds.
Okay.
Used eggs, and then we cook them.
It's not that's our eggshells.
Eggshells. We throw them in the oven for a little bit, and then we crush them up.
What else you got in there?
Epsom salt.
So what's the purpose?
There's different purposes.
Okay.
I know it helps prevent like blossom end rot, provides calcium,
helps with blight.
Blight, yes. Insect control. You could actually, so I like doing it in the holes, but you could also do it on the ground, and it prevents like a bunch of the insects.
So
some of the stuff I don't even know. I just found it on a thing years ago, and I started doing it, and it's the best thing that we do for our tomatoes.
Yeah, it works great. So the eggshells kind of replace bone meal for all you people out there that put bone meal in the ground when you're putting your tomatoes in. The Epsom salt will help to green them up. I'm not sure if it's got iron in it or what, and not 100% sure what coffee grounds do, but it seems to work. All right, you get a little view of real homesteading life. This is a shed. All right, so we do seed starting in here though. So those that are growing out of their pots are squash and zucchini. And I think down here, these are some tomatoes that are starting. Maybe those down there are some peppers. And then these are like sick bay cages is what we use them for nowadays. I'm not sure what those are that she's got going on right there. And then there's another little science project over here. Looks like it might have something going on. Anyhow, we definitely have some squash and zucchini that need to get their butts in the ground. So let's go talk about where we're gonna put all this stuff. Real quick while we're here, our buddy Shane from over at Kinfolk Farms, he did a video the other day about muscadines. He is a muscadine man, about the vines breaking buds, and he is right. They are starting to come alive. He is the one that kind of got us squared away with when and how to trim and tame our muscadine vines. And lo and behold, last year we actually got some muscadines. So these guys are starting to come alive. You can see them. So we'll be watching those. These things get crazy. And then of course we got these goats over here. There's so many times when them goats are acting crazy and having a good time, and I wish I had camera going, and I never do. So I always miss it. All right, so let's give you the basis of this old garden here. This joker's about 100 foot, maybe a little longer than that, 100 foot long, and probably about 30 feet wide. This was all, when I tell you this was all red clay when we got started with this, it was all red clay. We have camped out chickens in here over the winter time. We have brought in loads and loads and loads of compost that we have composted over the years to fix this dirt up. I mean, we've gone out and scraped up the floor of the woods out there to bring in leaves and dark dirt and all kinds of stuff. And this ground has turned into a really, really nice place to plant. So let's talk. Over here where Jamie's at, working hard while I'm over here walking around with a camera, doing nothing. Let's see. So Jamie, below the tomatoes, you're gonna do peppers again? So peppers. And then this area right here. So last year, this area was green beans, and up on the hill, we did sweet potato mounds. We did some mound cropping last year. But we're gonna do all of our squash and zucchini in this area. Now, mind you, like I said, this has been very, very wet. So this is still really clumpy. We've got the tiller on. This is gonna be our focus for today. We're gonna turn this dirt until it is good and ready to plant. We leave this section here because water runs off from everything up there, just kind of seems to come out of the ground. Then we're gonna move our corn this year. Normally, corn is down there. We're gonna put it right here this year. See what it does different. Then we normally do purple hulls and black beans and pinto beans and then green beans. Then we'll always have some excess tomatoes that'll end up somewhere. We have potatoes. We've got some garden boxes up front that have a lot of onions and some other things in them that are already growing. But that is what the plan is right now. Let's go get on this tractor, see if we can't get some dirt turning. All right, real quick before I go any further, I want to show you the difference in why we run a tiller over this dirt so much. You're You really want your dirt to be as soft and almost powder-like as possible. It gives the roots the opportunity to grow out and get a very, very nice root system up under them. And it also allows for the bigger clumps that are in there that are heavier not to sit down on that root system and kind of choke it out. So I'm going to show you the difference between the two. I intentionally ran just up and down in one section real quick just to show you, and this was only like 10 minutes, so don't think this is a really long process. All right, so you can clearly see the difference between this and this. Okay, so this side over here, I have run down through there today 3 times. Okay, so yesterday it got the discs and it got the tiller 1 time. So this over here, it's all nice and clumpy still, and I mean, like, you can see how big, you can see my fist right there. So some of those are still really, really big clumps. But that is the discs 1 time yesterday with a tiller and 1 time with a tiller today. So you can see how much work goes into your dirt. But man, this stuff right here is getting close to really what you want to plant in. Looking good. All right. It's still not as powdery as I would like, but we have limited time and it's going to rain again next week, and it's Saturday. Tomorrow's Easter. I'm not going to get a lot of time to do anything with this, but the plants are coming out of the shed, and we're about to try to start figuring this out. So this up here is going to be squash and zucchini. So we're going to give it a lot of space, which we've done a poor job of in the past. So we're going to try to make sure we get the stuff spaced out pretty well this time. So plants going in the ground. This is squash and zucchini, and if you know anything about squash and zucchini, you know for a fact that this is too close together. But Jamie has been watching some stuff about staking up the vine that grows out, and she wants to try it. So that's what we're going to do. So we shall see how that works. Either way, we'll either have a jungle or we'll just have a bunch of plants that stand up really tall. We'll see. Well, there it is, guys. We got the squash and zucchini in. This end down here is still a little bit wet, still a little clumpy. So hopefully before it rains on Tuesday, we'll be able to get that stuff fixed up. So onward with the new technique up here. Those are grass clippings in there that we're gonna let kind of compost in between the rows to hold the paper down. So the paper will compost, the grass will compost, keeps the weeds out. So we're trying it. There you go. We've done mulch in the past. We've done nothing in the past. We've run a push plow with a sweep through in the past, and sometime about the halfway the size of those baskets, it starts becoming very, very difficult to get a plow down through there with a sweep on it. So the weeds and the grass start growing, and then things just get bad. But anyhow, hopefully this is going to make it different. All right, guys, that's it for this one. You see Jamie up there taking a break in the shade. Wave, babe. Hey. We appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, please go down and like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you'll see all the videos that we put out, and we will see you on the next video.